The Wall Street Journal's James Freeman is here. Fox Business's Deirdre Bolton, and last but not least, Noelle Nikpour. Noelle, if you can just tell us who wrote this.
Yeah. I will tell you, and then I need a contract from Fox because I will be out of business. I will have no one hire me for campaigns.
What is the advantage? You were kind of telling me this beforehand, of keeping it anonymous.
Well, what I told you before we went on air is the reason why this person wants to keep it anonymous is because he feels like...
And it is a he. That's been kind of ascertained here.
We think. Yeah. We don't know. But the person that, he probably feels like I am a true patriot, and I am between the American people and Donald Trump, and me and all my cohorts that are working together to make sure that he, doesn't do this or does, whatever the situation is at hand. He feels like he is the person between it all, which means what we were saying, if you go out and say, I'm Mr. So-and-so and I wrote it and I'm proud and bye-bye, then that means that everyone around you is going to get fired. Everyone that was your friend, everyone that you knew associated with this person is out. And that means that no one...
Let's say it's a cabinet official. Why would it be a given that anyone associated with that, they're all on the cabinet?
Because he says he's working with other people, that there is basically a group of people that are pretty much...
So that's to remain anonymous.
Yes. Yeah. So he's going to out the group and everybody else. And you know what? When you're working together in your mind for the betterment of the country, and you are protecting people from this article, from what I'm reading, protecting them from the president, pretty much, then you run the risk of outing everybody else down the line. And we don't know what this president might do if he found out who this is, and everybody, his assistant, everybody associated with, everybody on committees. Who knows?
Well, there's got to be a formal palace revolt, right? I mean, one of the things that's been raised, certainly in these corporate examples, the board just says, we've had it. We can't deal with it. Now, of course, the option for a cabinet and for elected officials is to entertain the 25th Amendment, saying you're incapable of doing this job or incapacitated in one way, shape, or form, even mentally. But barring that, I mean, the history in corporate America is you're not long for the job if you've lost the trust of your own people.
Yeah, there's just very little evidence compared to these corporate examples that this is actually happening.
And by the way, this would not be the first president disliked by members, let's say, of his cabinet or senior staff. Richard Nixon wasn't exactly a rock star with them. But my point is that are we leaping to conclusions that might not be there?
Yeah, I don't really know what we ought to make of this because the term senior can be stretched to apply to many people in the government. Some people have said hundreds. I think it's possible even thousands.
Really?
So
I was saying during the break that you're a senior type guy at the Wall Street Journal. Maybe,
and
maybe you're getting a parking space, but beyond that, right?
Yeah. What are the facts in here? I think people are probably getting a little tired of this story that there's this chaotic, crazy White House when they see the outstanding results that are coming on the economy. But even more than that, this repeated story, unsourced, anonymous, that the brilliant staff is keeping the crazy president from doing bad things. Who hired this brilliant staff? So I think that there are a lot of questions here, and this piece,
a very good point.
This piece doesn't answer too many of them.
As someone that works on campaigns, I will tell you, every campaign that I have ever worked on, there has been huge disagreements, a lot of backbiting, a lot of backstabbing, and a lot of disagreements. What we're seeing here, I think, is it's coming out for the American people to see almost how the sausage is being made.
But so it's in a weird way. I actually took away one positive, which I know is a bit odd, but the writer's most concrete example of how the Trump administration is failing was about the sanctions against Russia, which seemed to be something that the president did not want to do initially, but then kind of came around and when push came to shove, actually put them into place. So in some respects, even though the person is very critical, obviously, it actually shows just what Noelle was talking about. Like, that's kind of the point, right? You get all the smartest people in the room, everybody argues, and hopefully the best idea wins. I mean, that's the idealistic view, of course, of the sausage being made. But I just thought it was interesting that the one example, the most concrete example that was pulled was actually, I was like, well, that's kind of how I thought the system was supposed to work. Smart people argue and the best idea wins.
Look at it this way. I was talking to someone last night while these hearings are going on, and one of the things that struck this individual was, well, if this crazy president with all this crazy volcanic temper tantrum behavior, is producing these markets and producing this economy and producing these record low unemployment rates for one group after another, I can deal with that. So I'm wondering if there's a mixed read of that, and then that this isn't going to get much traction if all of that other stuff continues.
As long as the economy.
First of all, I think that is a great point, that we had this big dramatic, now it can be told anonymous piece, and they basically describe what is a sort of
Sausage.
straightforward discussion of sanctions where reasonable people could disagree, and he ended up going forward with them.
When that made me think, by the way, it was a foreign policy person like a that in a diplomatic role there, so whether.
But if you, to get to your real question there, if you really look at the results, they are very different, and I would say better than most politicians.
And
who
this
go to
writer
Washington.
Acknowledges even that, the economic one and all that.
And not just the good economic results, but the fidelity with which this president sticks to the agenda he campaigned on. You read his speeches from 2015, 2016, those are all the issues he's pursued as president.
And whether he is deemed to be a true Republican or conservative or not, he has espoused views that, whether you say they're all, trumped up, pardon the term, or fake, well, he stuck to them, and it's resulted in this. So.
None of it matters if the economy keeps on a high. None of this matters because people are enjoying.
In those corporate examples I mentioned, you have cases of money, companies making money hand over fist. They were doing well, but there was still enough controversy around it that they were saying, goodbye. We're even seeing this with Les Moonves at CBS today.
Right.
And especially with Apple.
It doesn't matter whether you
shift.
delivered the goods if you're also delivering the controversy. I think we've seen it maybe at this company. It is what it is.